Hello dear students, I am Vaishali Raghunath Randive from Maratha Vidya Prasarak Samaj's Janata Vidyalay Naigaon, Taluka Sinnar, District, Nashik. Students, today we are going to see 3.5 The Alchemy of Nature, that is the magic of nature, Nisargachi Kimia by Raksha Bharadia. In the image you can see the writer Raksha Bharadia. So let's start the unit. The unit begins with the beautiful lines by William Blake, and the lines are: to see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. Students, if you want to see a whole world in a grain of sand, वाळूच्या एका कणात जर आपल्याला हे संपूर्ण जग बघायचं असेल, and a heaven in a wild flower, if you want to see the heaven in a wild flower, एका रानफुलात आपल्याला स्वर्ग बघायचा असेल, then hold infinity in the palm of your hand. You have to hold the infinity, that is never ending, which is never ending. You are supposed to hold that infinity in the palm of your hand. तुम्हाला तुमच्या ओंजळीत ती घ्यावी लागेल. And eternity, that is the time which is never ending. You have to hold that time in an hour, only in an hour. So the lines are very beautiful, and now we are going to turn to our unit. I am going to read the paragraphs. You are going to follow me on the screen, or you can follow me in your course books also. Let's start. I am reading. Listen very carefully. We instinctively turn to outdoor activities and nature as a way of relaxing and enhancing our well-being. Nature soothes and nurtures. Nature fulfills and motivates. Nature whispers and commands. Are you listening? When I do, it leaves me in complete awe. We have a hibiscus plant in our garden. Every fortnight, a flower blooms on it, big, bright, and tender. Through the day, it smiles with the sun and dances with the wind. But as evening approaches, it starts wilting. The morning after, it withers completely, and by evening, it falls and becomes one with the earth again. The flower comes to life only for a day, yet it does so in full splendor. What if we too lived our life, however short, to its fullest? Let's see the lines in detail, students. We instinctively turn, instinctively, naturally, निसर्गाच्या प्रेरणेने, we instinctively turn to outdoor activities and nature as a way of relaxing and enhancing our well-being. Students, we do not like to remain indoors only. We like to go outdoors, we like to do outdoor activities, and we like to go close to the nature, for as it is a way of relaxing and enhancing our well-being. It is a way of relaxing. You feel relaxed when you go close to the nature. When you go outdoor, you feel relaxed. Nature soothes and nurtures. Nature soothes. Nature gives you comfort. Nature nurtures. Nature encourages you. Nature fulfills and motivates. See how nature fulfills. Nature motivates you to do things. Nature whispers and commands. Nature talks to you. It commands you. And if you are listening, it leaves you in complete awe. That is a feeling of respect with wonder. When you go close to the nature, when you listen to the nature, it leaves you in complete awe. You start respecting the nature, and it is with wonder. The nature is very wonderful, and that is why the title of the unit is The Alchemy of Nature. It is the magic. We have magic in the nature. We have a hibiscus plant in our garden. Hibiscus plant, see in the image you can see the hibiscus plant. This is the hibiscus plant. These are the flowers. Hibiscus is the scientific name of this flower. In Marathi we call it as Jaswanda. We all are very much well known about this flower. Every fortnight, that is after 2 weeks, you can see the flowers on the branches of this plant, and the flowers are big, bright and tender. The hibiscus plant is there, the flowers are there, and the flowers are big, bright and tender. They are very tender. अतिशय नाजूक असतात ही फुलं. Through the day, it smiles with the sun and dances with the wind. Through the day, it smiles, the flower smiles with the sun and it dances with the wind. वाऱ्यासोबत ते फूल जणू काही नाचतं, सूर्यासोबत जणू काही ते हसतं. It gives us happiness. But as evening approaches, जशी जशी संध्याकाळ जवळ येऊ लागते, it starts wilting, that is, it starts getting dry. The morning after, it withers completely, it dries up completely, and by evening it falls on the ground. It falls and becomes one with the earth again. You know, students, it comes from the earth, it gives happiness to us, and again it becomes one with the earth. Now see the life of the flower. The flower comes to life only for a day. फक्त एका दिवसाचं आयुष्य असतं त्या फुलाचं. Yet it does so in full splendor, impressive appearance. एका दिवसासाठी जन्माला येणारं ते फूल एका दिवसात आपल्याला किती आनंद देऊन जातं, स्वतः देखील किती आनंदात राहतं. What are we going to learn from this flower? What if we too lived our life, however short, to its fullest? Then our life is quite big. And though it is small, we have to live it in full splendor. We have to live our life in happiness. We have to give happiness to others, and we can receive the happiness from others. So this is about these lines. Let's move to the next paragraphs. I'm reading again. Follow me in your course books, or you can share the screen with me. We went to a rocky beach and saw the spread of the majestic ocean and the rocks alongside, carved, sculpted and shaped by the water. Water is so gentle, rock is so hard. Yet, as the water flows over it every day for years, the rock gives in. It takes the shape that the water commands. Our problems are so colossal and we are so small, yet if we persist. We saw small bits of grass peeping through the small cracks in a concrete pavement. It left us thinking, however impossible things may look, there is always an opening. We saw a tree bare of all leaves in the cold winter months. We thought its chapter was over. But 3 months passed, spring set in, and the tree was back to its green majesty once again, full of leaves, flowers, birds, and life. What if we too has the conviction that however difficult things are right now, it will not remain so forever? Remember, this too shall pass. So let's learn it in detail. We went to a rocky beach. See the picture, students. This is a rocky beach. See, these are the rocks. This is the ocean, Mahasagar. These are the rocks, and this is the beach, Samudra Kinara. We went to a rocky beach and saw the spread of the majestic ocean. Jadui ocean ha hai. And the rocks alongside. These are the rocks alongside. Kase आहेत? Carved. These are carved. Sculpted. जणू काही आकार दिला आहे त्यांना. And shaped by the water. कोणी दिला आकार? It is by the वॉटर, द वेव्स ऑफ द वॉटर, या लाटांनी दिलेला तो आकार आहे. आपल्याला असं वाटू शकतं की वॉटर इज सो जेंटल, अतिशय मृदू आहे पाणी, अँड रॉक इज व्हेरी हार्ड. येट ॲज द वॉटर फ्लोज ओव्हर इट एव्हरी डे फॉर इयर्स, द रॉक गिव्स इन. सो दिस इज नॉट अ वन डे गेम. एका दिवसात रॉक्सला हा शेप येत नाही. इट इज done by the water every day for years and then the rocks give in. So this is what? Persistence. चिकाटीने जेव्हा एखादी गोष्ट केली जाते, then only it can happen. It takes the shape that the water commands. The water commands the shape to the rock and the rock takes the same shape. The rock takes the same shape. It takes the shape that the water commands. Our problems are so colossal. Colossal? Big, very big, strong. Everyone do have problems. The problems are very big, the problems are very strong, but we have to keep in our mind about water and about the hard rock. Our problems are so colossal and we are so small. Yet, if we persist, if we fight with those problems, and we should not give in, then only we can get solutions of those problems. We saw small bits of grass peeping through the small cracks in a concrete pavement. So students, this is a pavement, concrete बांधलेला एक pavement आहे, रस्ता आहे ज्याच्यावर पायवाट आपण म्हणूया. It is concrete, but you can see there are small cracks over there, and what is there in those cracks? You can see small bits of grass peeping, डोकावणे, peeping through the small cracks. These are the gaps, these are the cracks, and you can see the grass is coming out of that. It left us thinking. आपल्याला विचार करायला ते भाग पाडतं. काय विचार करायला भाग पाडतं? However impossible things may look, there is always an opening. You know students, this is a concrete pavement and you cannot think that there can be grass. But you know, wherever the small crack is there, the grass is peeping through that small crack. We have to keep it our mind. We definitely can get the solution of every problem if we think in a positive way. That is why it is say, however impossible things may look, there is always an opening. We saw a tree bare of all leaves. See in the picture, this is the tree bare of all leaves. There are no leaves. It is a tree without leaves, and that is why it is called as the tree bare of all leaves in the cold winter months. Now winter is going on. In the winter month, there are no leaves on the trees. We thought its chapter was over, and when one see such tree, the thought in the mind may be that the chapter was over, means the tree is dead now. But the chapter was not over. But 3 months passed, only 3 months passed, spring set in. Spring comes again, and the tree was back to its green majesty once again. See the picture. The tree is back with its green majesty once again, full of leaves, flowers, birds, and life. So students, no matter what the situation is, it is going to change. It is not going to remain the same. What if we too has the conviction, certainty that however difficult things are right now, it will not remain so forever. Doesn't matter what the situation is, how difficult it is going to change. It will not remain the same forever. Remember, this shall pass. The time will not be the same again. And students, we have to keep in our mind that change is the only permanent thing. other things are not that permanent. It keeps on changing. Right? Let's move to the next part of the lesson. I'm reading again. Follow me in your course books, or you can share the screen with me. We saw an army of ants lugging a fly which was at least 10 times the ant's size. The ants organized themselves around the fly, lifted it on frail feelers, and carried it to quite a distance. Their teamwork and perseverance were impressive. What if we too are consistent, organized, focused? Spider webs are delicate, yet very strong. A rainbow colors the entire sky. Oysters take in a grain of sand, they open up with a pearl. Innumerable stars shine across the infinite sky. Clouds take new shapes with every passing moment. The wind makes trees dance with unhindered passion. Water without hint of ego changes its form according to the dictates of the sun and the wind. When we see a caterpillar turn into a butterfly, a flower turn into a fruit, we experience the alchemy of nature. We touch it and become gold ourselves. So students, you must be knowing the ants. We saw an army of ants lugging a fly which was at least 10 times the ant size. Lugging, carrying something with great efforts. In the picture you can see this is the army of ants and it is carrying the fly which is 10 times bigger than the ant size. You can see in the picture. The ants organized themselves around the fly. So you can see in the picture that the ants are organized around the fly, lifted it on frail feelers, the weak legs. Frail feelers, and carried it to quite a distance. They carry that fly to quite a distance. This is the effect of what? Teamwork. We should work in teams. If you want to get success, you have to work with your team. The teamwork and perseverance. Perseverance, that is continued efforts to do something. चिकाटी. या मुंग्यांकडून आपल्याला चिकाटी हा सगळ्यात मुख्य गुण आहे जो आपण घेतला पाहिजे. आणि that perseverance and their teamwork were both very impressive. What if we too are consistent, organized and focused? When we are doing something, when we want to achieve something, we should be consistent, we should be organized and we should be focused on our aim. Spider webs, they are very delicate. अत्यंत नाजूक असतात spider webs, but yet very strong. नाजूक असले तरी strong असतात. आपण अनेक कीटक त्याच्यात अडकलेले बघतो. A rainbow colors the entire sky. See the beautiful picture of rainbow. This is the rainbow. It colors the entire sky. You know, every day we see the sky. But when the rainbow is there in the sky becomes colorful. We all like to see the rainbow very much. It colors the entire sky and the sky looks beautiful, more beautiful. Oysters take in a grain of sand and they open up with a pearl. वाळूच्या एका छोट्या कणाला मध्ये घेऊन, when it gets open, there is a pearl inside that oyster, moti. Innumerable stars shine across the infinite sky. See the sky. Sky is very beautiful and that beauty is given by the innumerable sky. There are a number of stars are there and they give that beauty to the sky. They shine across the infinite, amaryad, infinite sky. Clouds take new shapes with every passing moment. You know students, the clouds keep on changing their shape with every passing moment. The wind makes trees dance with unhindered passion. The trees dance with the wind without any ego in the mind. Water without hint of ego changes its form according to the dictates of the sun and the wind. Water also goes with the orders of the sun and the wind. It changes its shape. When we see a caterpillar, this is the caterpillar, as you can see. This is the caterpillar and it turns into a butterfly. Caterpillar takes the shape of butterfly. A flower turn into a fruit. See students, the seed is there, young plant, mature plant, flower is there and it turns into the fruit. This is the alchemy of nature. This is the magic of nature. A flower turn into a fruit. We experience the alchemy of nature. This is the magic. This is the alchemy of nature. To change something into a very beautiful thing, into a very different thing. This is the alchemy of nature. निसर्गाची ही किमया आहे. We touch it and become gold ourselves. So if you go close to the nature, you will be very happy. Nature is always there to give happiness to you, and that is why our duty is to preserve it. We should take care of the nature also, and nature will give you everything you want. So this is what we have in this lesson. I hope you must have enjoyed the lesson. In the next lesson, we will see the next part of this lesson. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you.